what's going on, everybody? RHIMINI here, and today we are taking a look at Cang Toys CY Mini 06 RHIMINI. Of course, this is the miniaturized Legends scale version of Hugerhino. No longer huge, but tiny. Or mini, I guess. So this is the packaging. It's very hard to actually make out the image on the package here. You can see this is a nice image, but it's like it's kind of hard. Is like any light that like hits it, it just like washes it out completely. Anyway, you're not really here for the packaging, but I'm gonna show it off anyway. You can see the figure here. I almost said minifigure. You can see the figure here, the robot mode as well as the beast mode off to the side here. This is a rhino with teeth apparently, or at least a kind of a jaw, like a clampy jaw. I don't know. Bear trap mouth, some sort of thing. But other than that, he looks very similar to Hugerhino in his appearance, and in the background, you know, same deal here, just swapped around. So not much else to say about the package. It's very nice, very protective, full of styrofoam that keeps the figure nice and safe in there, and that's really all there is to say about that. Inside, you get the instruction booklet, which shows you how to transform your figure, and beyond that, not really anything to do with that. You get some accessories. You get a I gotta grab the little blaster out of his hand here. You get the same accessories, exactly the same accessories that came with the mini bull. So you get the same sword, you get the same blaster, and you get the same foot accessory. And just like with the mini bull land mini, I'm trying to remember the name, it's a little funky. Just like with that one, you can splay the toes out here and just come up underneath, and then this foot actually turns into a handy dandy figure stand, which is pretty neat. It's kind of a cool thing. So you can figure figures and pop them up so they're kind of flying around, and that's pretty neat. But for the most part, we're just gonna keep it just like it was intended, like so, and clip together just like that, and you've got yourself a nice combiner foot. So that's pretty cool, and that's really it for the accessories. Moving right along, we do get a figure in this, and here he is, RHIMINI. Show off the head sculpt really quickly here. He does come packaged in robot mode, so we can take a quick look at that. That's what we're gonna start with. You can see the robot mode is quite nice looking and very similar to Hugerhino as well. See, the backpack is fairly compact here. Pretty well done overall. You got the hip skirts. Very, very cool looking overall. Really nicely done. So articulation on this figure. Head is on a ball joint. You can move it around any which way you please. Arms are they're not ball joints. It's a swivel here and then a swivel this direction. He's got a bicep swivel. He does have a double hinged elbow. The hand can wiggle around a little bit just due to transformation, and you can swivel at the wrist as well. He does have waist rotation. Hip skirts can move out of the way here. Even move it further out of the way if you need to. But it still only goes about that far up. It is a ball joint at the hip. So it goes about that far up and about that far forward. And pretty well far back. You do have a thigh rotation here as well, and it's just a single hinge knee. It's molded to look like it's double jointed, but it's It's really just a single. Oh no, maybe it's not. Well, maybe no. It is just a single. There's that piece right up there that's actually like blocking it from moving forward. So it's just how it's molded. Kind of looks double hinged, but it is not. In fact, you do get an ankle tilt there, as well as some wobble in the foot, and the toes can be bent however you choose. So yeah, very nice looking figure. The paintwork is really well done. And we're gonna pop him here, show him off with his buddies. Here is Land Mini, and I have given him a little bit of the old shock oil in his shoulders, so he's no longer a squeaky monster, which is cool. And then I haven't transformed him, but here is Fur Mini as well. That's fur as in firmament, not like made of fur or furry. But you can see they're coming together quite nicely as a cohesive team. Yeah, very, very cool. Very excited about that. Now, transformation on this guy is definitely more involved than either of the other two, but is not terrible and is not overly complicated or difficult. You just have to remember a couple of steps. So let's go over those together. First, we're going to go ahead and bring this backpack out. It's actually tabbed in along the back right there. So you can bring that down a little bit, bring this head out. Now, the instructions tell you to flip this little panel under the rhino head out. And that, as far as I can tell, serves no real purpose whatsoever. So I'm going to do it just to show you guys the quote-unquote right way to transform this guy. But it doesn't really affect anything. So we're just going to leave that out of the way for now. We're going to go ahead and bring this panel out and forward. And bring the head forward as well. These panels in here are going to flip up. Just like so. We're going to bring this whole section out and rotate it around. The head is on a joint where you can kind of bend it back to kind of give yourself more clearance. And once that is done, you can go ahead and turn the head around this way. That's going to go right in there. And then these panels will fold in and actually lock into place. You can see there's holes here. There's these little tabs. So once you get that done, these will slot in just like so. And lock that whole area into place. And then this come down. It just shows it like hanging down like this. I mean, you could even just pop it in there too, but you know, whatever you want to do, it's your toy. That's fine. So that's pretty much what you got going on there. All right. Coming around to the back, we're going to unfold these panels here and then bring this panel out, and then the tail is hidden away in here, very small, and we're just going to pop the tail out just like that. Do you see what's going on there? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Next, we're going to flip up the hip skirts, and then we're going to rotate around, and we're going to bring the side skirts down, and we'll just bring them forward like this, just to kind of get them out of the way. We can rotate these panels up a little bit, and there is a smaller panel inside here that doesn't want to always cooperate. Might be easier to bring it down like this so you can get a grip on it. So there you go, just like that. Then I just like to rotate it up to kind of get it out of the way, so that you can work on the rest of the leg. So that's what we're going to do here. But you guys, you know, go at whatever pace and whatever order suits you best. I'm just showing you everything that needs to move, basically. All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring these panels out, which will become the legs of the rhino. And we're going to untab this panel as well. And kind of have it like so. Then we're going to raise this up, rotate this around, rotate it like that, and there you go. That's going to form the back side of the rhinoceros, but you gotta fold the, well, don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Because that's not what you want. Alright. It's supposed to accordion back on itself. There we go. So it's supposed to compact up just like that. And now this is meant to turn around. So you want to get some clearance and turn it around. And yes, mine is very squeaky again. So I'm gonna have to put some oil on that so it's not that bad. And then you fold that down, twist that around, and compact the leg. And we're going to bring this panel around, and it's going to tab in just like that. And that's basically what you want for the rear half of the rhino. We're going to do the same on the other side. And I'm going to do a little bit faster, because you guys hopefully have seen what's going on. Bring this up. Bring this up. Flip it around. Flip it around. Rock this back, hopefully without knocking the toes off this time. Rotate this around. Oh my gosh, it's so tight and so squeaky. Makes me so nervous. And I guess really, if you wanted to, you could probably get away without rotating this leg and just leave it. Cause dang, yo, it makes me feel not great. I've had pieces shear off when they, you know, sounded like that, and I don't appreciate that one little bit. But there you go. Rotate that around, and you can rotate this up, compact the leg as far as it'll go, and bring this in. It'll tab together. And once you've done that, you can bring the legs together here. This needs to compact up a little more. And then that'll snap together. Raise this up again. We're going to this out of the way. Bring these bits down here, and they're going to fill in the sides of the rhino mode. I'm going to bring these panels in. They're going to tab right into here. Use a little tab, a little slot right here. There we go. And then last but not least, bring this whole section down. And then this is going to tab right in there on the back. And we're very nearly done. Just time for the arms, and just like with the bull, we're gonna basically raise this panel, swap this around, turn it around, and it wants you to rotate the legs forward like that. And you certainly don't have to. If you want to maintain the articulation, you can leave the leg in whatever orientation you want. It does not matter. Your toy, your rules. I'm just showing you what the instructions say. So, go. down, around, and bada boom, bada bang. Again, it shows this as down here. I don't know if it's to just cover up the combiner port or what, but you know, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really help anything. It doesn't really show up very well. So you can either leave it in there to kind of raise the rhino's head profile a little bit, or honestly, you could just leave it underneath the jaw and no one would even notice. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So there you go. And there is your RHIMINI. Looking very, very cool. Very nicely done all the way around. Gold everywhere. The head articulation is pretty great, especially if you don't have this like attached anywhere. It doesn't get in the way. The jaw does move, and here's the thing. I know I've already seen people that are not happy about how the mouth looks on this guy. It doesn't bother me personally. I get it. It's a very stylistic choice, and it's not going to jive with everybody. I'm okay with it, but that's just me. If you guys don't like it, that's fine. But I'm cool with it. I think it looks neat. It makes him look a little bit more menacing, gives a little bit more personality. But you get a lot of articulation out of that head on the ball joint there. The arms, of course, are the same. You get that kind of wonky, you know, break at the arm there. But again, you can just leave it the other way and have it, you know, go however you want. The back legs, kind of the same. They get a little bit of movement there. Actually spin it back a little bit more if you want to. No real side to side because the butt is clipped together. So that's really all you're getting there. But the tail does move just a little smidge. You can also grab the cannon here that he comes with and plug it right into the back should you so desire. And there you go. Got that going on too. So, very cool. Alright guys, so before we get into combined mode, let's do some size comparisons here. We have our Rhino Mini. Let's go ahead and bring in his brother, Land Mini. So you can see how those guys look together. Very, very nice. And of course, must remember Fur Mini, who again I could not be bothered to transform for this review. I apologize. But they are looking great together. And despite the fact that they are tiny, like, they're still starting to take up some real, like, landscape here, some real estate. They're starting to demand, but yeah, very, very cool, really nice set of figures. Alright guys, so time to move on to combined mode, and for every bit of complexity that he had going from robot to beast, his combined mode is very simple, thankfully. So, let's go ahead and grab our little rhino here. We're going to first remove the weapon from his back, then we're going to go ahead and kind of get his arms tucked out of the way. We're going to bring these bits up. We're just going to tuck them in just like this. Pull them around. Tuck them. Just like that. Well, not quite that far. There we go. Next, we're going to go ahead and open this panel up. Just swing it just like that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate his feet around. Straighten the feet out, rotate them, and then bring this up. We're going to rotate the foot just like that. Up. Take this around. It's going to sit just like that. Sure to still peg together. Okay. Then we're gonna bring this panel up just a bit and rotate the tail in. Then we'll plug this right back. Hopefully it won't give me too hard a time, but I am recording, so it's gonna give me a hard time. We know this. This is the law of the jungle. All right. Next, we're gonna go ahead and bring these legs down, and you can see there's a little hole in the back of the leg here and just a tiny little peg there. You just want to line those up and kind of tab them in. They're not gonna like tab in securely, but you know, it's fine. You can get the, you can do whatever you want with like the little rhino feet. Might be easy just to lay them down on the sides here. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever hurdles your girdle, as they say. Nobody says that. I just made that up. Alright. And last but not least, easy peasy, we're just going to rotate the rhino head around just like that. And look, we have a leg. And then we can take our combiner foot. Just slide it on. Go. Bam. Done. Easy. I don't know what made that mark in my hand. Something pinched, but that's okay. Yeah, so RHIMINI. Another really great, solid figure from Cang Toys. I'm really excited to see the rest of these miniature Predacons, or Thundercons, or whatever they're called. And I believe the next release is going to be their Gorilla. So I'm very excited about that because he's one of my favorites for the large scale figures, and the miniature version honestly looks to be just as fun. So very, very cool there. Yeah, and I think that's due out next month. They are just absolutely rocking it with these minifigures. Releases. Just the release schedule on these is crazy. They've been putting out like one a month now almost. Because yeah, I feel like Land Mini was not long ago at all. So that's very cool. I'm very much looking forward to that. This was not giving me a hard time, but that's okay. Go. Got it. Yeah, so all that said, really great figure, very reasonable price for, you know, for third-party figures anyway, especially ones of this quality and, you know, just the engineering and everything that goes into it. I'm really, really excited for the future releases. Also really excited for their Dinobots, which looks like they're going to start showing up as early as October of this year. So that's going to be crazy, but yeah, overall, very cool. So that is going to do it for this review, guys. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. It really does help me out. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.